It says this Haynout is on the air. Good morning, everybody. Len Mooney here, and with Lunch with Len, it's June 11th, 2015, and I got Larry Ryan on with me today, and we're continuing on our journey through the 3-Minute Expert course, and today we are at Module 13, and Module 13 is after you've got your blog post done, what do you do with it? So I'm going to take you, well, Larry and I together, this is totally unrehearsed, by the way. We have no idea what we're doing. So
I like it that way.
I assume it'll turn out okay. But I'm going to start, and we'll figure it out as we go. I'm just going to start on what does Ray do with his blog after it's written and published on his blog. And oh, by the way, as usual, anyone who wants to jump over here and get into the mix with us is certainly welcome. Just let me know in the chat you want to come across, and we'll bring you over. I'm not trying to exclude anybody from the conversation. So, taken basically in the order in which Ray covers it in Module 13 of the course. First step, Pinterest. And why don't you let me know in the chat, how many of you are actually using Pinterest? Is anybody using it? And I'm going to hang out here and watch the chat for just a moment and see if anyone, just to know that you're hearing me, tell me yes or no, Pinterest, yes or no.
I can put it in there.
Huh?
I can put it in there.
No, okay. Okay. Well, we know Larry's not using Pinterest. Chris, Craig, Rick, not, okay. All righty. Chris is using it, okay, cool. Anybody else? Chris is using it twice. She's using it 3 times. All right. Okay. All right. Let me go to screen share. I'm going to start to jump out of here. And by the way, having gone through some of this stuff, I'm going to tell you that this stuff is actually really easy to do. And once you get into it, learn how to do it. I mean, for example, taking a blog post and putting it up on Pinterest takes maybe 2 minutes or something. It's not hard to do. So let me just do a screen share. Here we go, full screen, doing a screen share, and I'm assuming you can see my screen. Here I am at Google. All I did was type Pinterest into the search bar, and I'm going to go to Pinterest. And I'm going to show you some stuff that's sort of pretty interesting. But here's the main Pinterest page that I just went to. Let me go to my account, and I will show you. I'm not going to show you Ray's. I could show you Ray's stuff too. I put this one up yesterday, and so all you got to do is come on here with a picture and stick it in and pin it to a board. And I put a little comment in here, and I put the website that I want to here. And by the way, I'm still promoting my Law of Attraction webinar, so you see what happens here. It's pretty interesting. If anyone gets out here on Pinterest and clicks on it, they're going to go to a capture page, which is going to take them on over to the webinar page. So this stuff works pretty well. And let me go back. Let me go backwards. I just pinned another one this morning. I pinned this steak, and it's really looked good. So this stuff is really easy to do. And this morning, just a few seconds ago, when I was here, there was a couple of Ray Higdon's posts. Let me search Ray. I assume I can do that. And Chris, since you actually use Pinterest, you may be more familiar with some of the stuff than I am. I just started following you this morning. And so here's Ray's. He's got what? How many boards does he have? He's got 37 boards. So and one of his boards is marketing tips. So for example, there's his stuff. So it's pretty easy to put this stuff up here. Once you've got it set up, it doesn't take much. And like I said, maybe 2 or 3 minutes to put a post out here and put one up. So that's all for Pinterest. Now I'm going to take you on over, unless somebody has questions. If you have questions, throw them up in the chat. Larry, can you still see the chat?
I can still see the chat.
Okay.
There's no questions so far.
Okay. Now I've taken you to my website, and I've taken you here for a very specific purpose. I'm going to show you. This is basically what Ray does. I'm just showing you from my site. First off, let me take you to the dashboard and show you that I installed this plugin, DigDig. This is one of the plugins we talked about. There it is. This is one of the plugins that we talked about as a plugin that Ray uses. I installed this and I activated it. So once it's installed, over here on the left side, you have a menu for it and you can set it up. And now let me just take you back to the site. And let's click on one of my blog posts. So for example, we'll click on this one, Online Leads Made Simple and Cheap. When I bring up the full article, there's that little sliding sidebar that is the DigDig sidebar. And now all I have to do is, for example, if I want to tweet this blog post, all I got to do is hit tweet. And there is a tweet. And if I go tweet, it is now tweeted or twittered or whatever people say.
Twitter.
Now, the counter is a little slow to respond. So, but it has in fact been done. I checked it. And just to prove that, just as a minor point here, I'm going to go back to the site. I'm going to go to this post and show you that on that post, the counter for tweet is in fact 1, because I tweeted this post this morning. So it's been tweeted. So let me go back to the post that we were working with. We'll work with this one. Now, next step, and again, this is exactly what Ray's doing. Here's our LinkedIn. So we'll go click on LinkedIn, and bingo, this thing is going out and being shared to our LinkedIn account. And all I have to do is click on share. And there we go.
Now Ray also says that, you know, if you're involved in LinkedIn groups, that
right,
share it in there.
Right, and I'm going to do the group separately, just as he does, because what we're doing from this bar is just sharing it to our LinkedIn account. Right, and then we'll look at LinkedIn groups in a few minutes. And then there's also the Facebook or the Google Plus rather. So we can click on Google Plus, and that's interesting. That's not that came up with the wrong picture. So I'm not quite sure. Now this may take. I may have to work on this a little bit because I don't know how to change the picture if it comes up with the wrong one. Oh, there it is. There's the right picture. All right. So there it is. There's the picture, and so we're done.
He also says with this, like this, he said, you're in Google Plus, right?
Right. We're in Google Plus.
He would say put a comment. You put a title up in the comments.
Right.
And at the end, if you got value from this, +1 it, so they can share it on theirs.
Yeah, and that's actually correct. So, okay, so let's just take a comment out of there. All right, there's our Google Plus. We'll put it in. And if you get value, please +1 it. Oops, how'd that happen? Plus. That's the correct terminology. So yeah, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't put a comment in. Share. So there we go out to Google. And then we do Facebook separately. So those are that's sort of the beginning. Pinterest, we tweeted it, we sent it to LinkedIn, we Googled plus it. Now, what he does with Facebook, let me grab the link for this particular blog post. I don't think I've ever posted this one on Facebook. So I'll just grab the link and I'll head on out to Facebook. And I'm going to go to my personal page, or not my personal page, sorry, my fan page. And Ray recommended always starting with the fan page. So I'm just going to sort of go ahead and put the post in here. And there it is. And then I can make another comment about it. How would you like to generate 10, 20, or even 30 leads per day? Learn how. Am I typing this okay? Learn how here. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so there it is. So we're ready to publish it. Bingo. It's published. Now, do you want to talk about what happens if the picture comes up wrong, Larry?
Yeah, I will. Sometimes the picture does not come up because Len posted it, and this little this help picture of this girl. Sometimes they do not. It comes up with another picture. So what Ray wants you to do is
wait. What I need to do is get off my screen share so you can screen share, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me stop the share here for a minute and get rid of Facebook. Come back to the Hangout. Okay, so you've got the screen now.
Okay, now what Ray does is he goes to, it's called or just Google Facebook. What's it called? Facebook Clear Cache. And so what you do is you go to a blog, and I'm going to take the link for this for one of my blogs. I copy it, and I'm going to go over to here. I'm going to put it into here.
Well, wait a minute. I think there's a step in here that you left out, Larry. I think, isn't there? So
Debug.
you Google Facebook Clear Cache, but then what do you actually click on?
Okay, I'll do that again. And debug Facebook.
Yeah, it's the debugger, the Facebook debugger.
So I already was at that. So what is here? This is the picture. It's actually, this is the picture. So what you want to do is you want to go up to this one that says fetch a new scrape information. Click on that, and it'll come up with the picture from that post. So actually, when I put it on Facebook, this is what did come up anyway. But I mean, if you have something where it comes up with just another picture of you or something else, but not the one you set as your priority picture, then do this. You'll come up with the right post, and all you have to do is go back to Facebook and repost it, and it'll come up with the proper one.
Okay. All right, Chris, that's a good question. I don't know the answer. When I installed DigDig, that came up as one of the defaults, and I will have an answer for that question, but I don't have it right now. I gotta go research that one. She's asking what is buffer. Okay, so did everybody follow that? That is if you're posting to Facebook, and when you put your link there, it comes up with the wrong picture or the wrong information. Then you go clear Facebook's cache and start over again.
So then what you do is you take off that other post and you reboot your Facebook page, and then you repost it and your right picture will come up.
Okay. I'm going to go to screen share again. I'm going to go back out to Facebook. Now, just following the bouncing ball, we've talked about most of this stuff before. Ray likes to boost these posts to his fans only. I'm not going to do that right now. I haven't been doing it recently, and I have a reason. But and this one, I'm not so sure that they would accept it. But I have to go. Actually have to look at it for congruency with Facebook's requirements because it uses the word Facebook in the ad.
Oh yeah.
But Ray boosts. He likes to boost the post to his fans only, and one of the real benefits of building a fan page is that you have this boost button so that you can distribute content to your fans, and that's as opposed to putting this on your personal page, where you can't control how many people actually see it. So he puts it on his fan page, boosts it to his fans. Then he clicks the share button, and I'm not going to go through sharing this to everything right now. He goes ahead and shares it to his. Sorry, I gotta change. I'm using Facebook. I use Facebook as my personal persona. Then he goes ahead and shares it to his. That's intriguing. Why isn't it letting me share it to my personal timeline right now?
I think what you have to do is just take the URL from the Facebook from your blog post and put it on your URL.
Well, I do my morning coffee with Len videos, and this is exactly what I do all the time. I share them. I share them over to my personal timeline. There it is. Okay. I just had to make sure that I was using liking and commenting as my personal timeline, as opposed to liking and commenting as my fan page. You see that difference? It's very subtle because my fan page and my timeline both have the same name. So this is my fan page persona. And if I try to share then, well, it's letting me do it now. So I don't know. Anyhow, there it is. I can share to my personal timeline. I can also share to friends timelines, share in groups. And there are several groups that Ray shares in. And he specifically talked about his, what did he call it? The Private Blogging Association. Let me see if I can find that for you. Just so that everybody knows that it's on here. We may not actually get the Private Blogging Association itself, but we will get links about it. So Ray Higgins Private Blogging Association and Why You Should Join by Linda Kenny there. Okay, at any rate, Ray has a private blogging association, which is a monthly fee, and he does do a little ad for it in module 13. He talks a little bit about it and encourages you to get involved with it if you're blogging. There's also another blogging, an inner circle support group by a friend of his, and I couldn't find that one. So I'm not going to show it.
I think you have to be invited to that one. I'm sure I'm not even in that.
Yeah. So that pretty much covers what he does with Facebook. I'm just looking through my notes now to see if there's anything else there. And I don't see anything else. That pretty much covers Facebook issues. So let me go ahead and get rid of Facebook. I'm going to come back. Hey, I'm going to stop sharing for a minute. Any questions at this point? So then the next step is Instagram. And Larry, you wanted to talk about Instapult or
OnlyPult.
OnlyPult. Sorry, yes, it's not called Instapult anymore. Did you want to talk about that, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can just do general, and Len can show you how to do it because I haven't used this yet. But this is what Ray uses. This is a nice feature where you can post to Facebook, I mean to Instagram, from your computer, so you don't have to
If
fumble.
you're trying to show us something, you'll need to share your screen, I think. Is it
It
shared?
says I'm screen sharing. You see?
Okay, there you go.
So this is a site that Ray uses to post stuff to Instagram, and it's nice because it's what he says is it's much easier than doing it on your phone. So I just got this. I've just signed up for this today, so I don't have anything to post on it yet. But I know Len Len does, and he can show you how to do that.
Okay. You want to come off your screen share?
I did.
Okay. So I'm back on the screen share and only pull. No, I'm not going to actually post anything right now. I'll just show you onlypult.com. And by the way, onlypult is not a free account. There are plans, and it starts at $12 a month. So there is a 7-day free trial, and then you can start with a $12 a month plan. So that's it. And just to show you, this is once again, it's actually very, very easy to do. My old friend the water skiing picture. I took that picture over into Canva.com, just added some text to it, and posted it on Instagram. And I just put that up yesterday, so it's out there on Instagram, and these other posts are posts of mine on Instagram. So I'm just really beginning to use Instagram. I don't have much out there yet, but it's pretty easy to do, and pretty easy to use OnlyPult to do this. I guess I don't know how you pronounce that, P-U-L-T. OnlyPult. Any idea how to pronounce it, Larry?
Sorry, I was on. It's like putt. Just throw an L in there. Pult.
All right. But at any rate, all you have to do is click add a post, and it opens up a window, and you load an image from your PC, and that's it. That's basically all there is to it. There's not much to it, and it's pretty easy to do. So let me close that out. We're off the screen share. Okay, onlypult.com for Instagram.
One of the most important things that Ray says, though, is when you have your dig on the side, post your stuff in there. Don't have anything in there that's zero, because you want to make sure that you're the first one to post your stuff in different groups, whether it's Twitter, whether it's on Facebook or LinkedIn. But make sure that you do it on your own.
Okay. So apparently we had a screen share issue. What is it? What didn't you see? You didn't see the OnlyPult?
Here, I'll go on. I'm going to mute myself because maybe I was making too much noise.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So let me go back to screen share. Were you able to see what I was doing, Larry?
I was, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to onlypult.com, onlypult, however it's pronounced, I don't know, onlypult.com. And all I was showing you was, can you see the chat, Larry?
Yes, I can.
Okay, can people see the screen this time?
I don't know. I'll ask. I'm just waiting for the response.
Right.
But I'm gonna be muted so that I'm not jumping in there. The one before OnlyPult. Well, that's the only one of that I did. Chris says the one before only put. Oh, hey, Len,
Yeah.
they said they missed your Facebook.
Facebook, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. And they can see it? Hopefully. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me they can see the screen.
Rex says yes, he can see it.
Okay. So all I did was I put this blog post up on my fan page. Ray boosts the posts and sends it, and just the audience he chooses is just his fans. He boosts it to his fans. Then what he does is, and I'm liking and sharing now as my personal persona. And what I do is and Ray does the same thing. I do the same thing. All my morning videos. The next thing I do is I share it to my own timeline, which I'm not going to do with this post right now. Actually, there's no reason not to. Let me just grab this. Let me say something about it. Okay. I share it to my personal timeline. Bingo. That's all. And then I also share it. Now you can share it in groups. So for example, and I'm not going to share this one here, but with my Coffee with Len videos, I typically share into the Dream Year Challenge group, for example. And I also typically share to Bob's timeline. He shares his stuff to mine. I share mine to his. And then if there's any other groups that you want to share to. So Ray has several groups that he shares to, including his blogging group, his blogging association group. So that's basically what he does with Facebook. I should also tell you, and I forgot to say this. Let me come back. I'm going to come back off this and come to Cute Len. Stop sharing. Ooh, hey, nuts. There it is. Okay, can you see me now again?
Yep, we see you, buddy.
When Ray has a blog post like that has a video in it, he does two things. He uploads the video by itself natively to Facebook, just the video. And the reason is that Facebook loves video these days. So he wants to make Facebook happy. He also wants people coming to his blog post. So he uploads the blog post in addition. So he does both. And as I recall, the sequence is that he uploaded the video, for example, in the morning, and then uploaded the blog post in the afternoon. So he didn't do them at the same time, but he did upload the video separately. Okay. Back to anyone who's using Instagram, just for giggles for a minute, hang on till I get
one other thing that Ray talked about with me for our private group we're in, he was talking about to build your list. If you want more people going to your blog, is shoot a video blog, put it up everywhere, then shoot another 30-second video promoting your blog post. So shoot 2 videos, and that 30-second video, put it in Facebook on your fan page and boost it for $5 a day. Now, I did that with some affiliate contests that I was in, and it worked. I got more traffic for just $5 a day.
Right.
And I shot a blog. I made a blog, and I made 2 separate videos. One about 3 minutes. Most of my videos are barely over 3 minutes, if 3 minutes at all. But I shot another 20-second video promoting that and put my link to my blog. It worked out perfectly.
Right. Right. Yeah. And we've talked about that several times, is shooting these little teaser videos. That was on one of the MLSP Weekly Hangouts about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That was one of the things that was discussed. And yeah, and it seems like it works very well. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do a screen share again, and I'm going to put a list up for you. Can you see this list? I was talking to you about Instagram a little bit ago. Can you see the list, Larry?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. I was talking to you about Instagram a little while ago, and these are the hashtags. If anybody wants to know, these are the hashtags that Ray used on Instagram when he was putting up a picture that was from a blog that obviously had to do with network marketing. So hashtag network marketing, hashtag MLM, home biz, home business, entrepreneurs, free trading.
But the one thing that Ray was saying about the hashtags is you have to put up appropriate hashtags.
Yes.
For your blog.
Correct.
So if you're tweeting about a separate business, it's not network marketing or MLM or home biz, then you can't be putting up hashtags for that stuff.
Correct. And he was very emphatic about that, to just use hashtags that are appropriate. And he doesn't like to use a lot of hashtags. So those are the ones he used for MLM related blogs. Okay, then he did do LinkedIn groups, and I guess I'll go back on the screen share again and take us back out to LinkedIn for just a moment. LinkedIn, just in case anybody doesn't know, if you go to LinkedIn, if you come up under interests, groups. So interest groups, now these are some groups that I belong to. And if you just click here and go find a group. So let's say that you're in health and wellness. I don't know, just pick something. Bingo, search. So here's a list of groups in health and wellness. And you can go down, and LinkedIn has groups for anything you can imagine. So you can join these groups, and then you can post in these groups. And so that was the comment about posting in groups. And so, for example, if I just go take my online leads made simple, copy that. I'm not going to actually do this post right now. I'm not going to go all the way through, but I have San Diego Entrepreneurs Exchange. So if I just click on that and paste the link into that, if I sit here and wait for a couple moments, the background material for the link will show up here. And you'll see that blog is there. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and post that right now, but you just hit the share button once it shows up. So he has a number of different groups that he posts in on LinkedIn. And his comment about that was that it doesn't get him a lot of traffic, but it does get a little bit, and it only takes him a few minutes to do it, so he goes ahead and does it. So that's it. And I'll stop share again. Finally, we'll get the email. Finally, he posts in Google Plus groups. I don't have any Google Plus groups that I belong to. I went out and I looked, and I mean, there's a ton of groups out there, and it certainly wouldn't be hard to find some to post in. So, but he does post, and he does have several Google Plus groups that he posts in. And then, of course, the last thing he does is he emails his list.
One thing Ray says about the Google Plus groups is some groups don't let you post in there unless you comment on 3 other posts. And you got to be careful unless you're going to take the time to do all that. He finds he's in groups where he doesn't really have to do that because, he's busy. And it's, if he's going to comment in all these groups he's in, It just, he just does it in ones that he doesn't have to do that.
Right, right. And the other thing he does is when he emails his list, and this is a little different than I do, and I don't know if it's right or wrong. I'll just tell you. I mean, I've got a newsletter that actually takes the blog and drops it into Aweber, and I just shoot out the newsletter when I have a new blog that I want to publish to my email list. And he writes an email and gives them a link to the blog. So I don't know which way is the right way, if there is a right way. I do it slightly different, but the bottom line is don't forget to email your list. And the final thing I want to just tell you is that John Lee Dumas, who's a friend of Ray's, has a podcast course. And to be complete and just share with you everything that was in this module 13, I'm going back on the screen share again. I'm going to just Google John Lee Dumas podcast. And here you go, John Lee Dumas podcast, Entrepreneur on Fire Business Podcasts. And here is a free podcast course. And the free podcast course encourages you to join Podcasters Paradise, which is probably a paid product. But anyway, if you want to get a free course on podcasting, there it is. So that was pretty much the end of, actually, I'm going to stay on the screen share. I'm sorry, I'm coming back to the screen share. That was pretty much the end of what Ray talked about in terms of where he posts his material. The final thing that he did is he went back to his blog and he did point out and reiterate the monetization strategies. So for example, this, the footer, the signature line, which he has in every blog, which takes you to his network marketing course, and the fact that throughout his blog, when he can, and I don't see any links in this particular blog that I pulled up here today, but throughout his blog, when he can and when it makes sense, there will be links to paid products. So he did spend another few minutes talking about monetization. And I think that's pretty much module 13. Larry, is there anything that I've left out that you can think of?
Oh, you covered everything. It was good.
Okay. So last week on Tuesday we talked about what did we talk about on Tuesday? What was it? It was building the blog.
It was, yeah. How do you
content? We finished content, and then
we did the SEO stuff.
That's right. We finished content. We did the SEO stuff. Now we've distributed the blog. The next couple of modules are about email, what to do, what not to do with your email lists, and I forget modules 14 and 15. So we'll move into those next week, and Tuesday we'll start on module 14 and talk about emailing and emailing the list and etc. And I don't know what comes after that. I don't remember exactly. So anybody have any questions or anything? If not, we will end this broadcast today. Craig, Rick, Mr. Miller, hello, Bob. Glad to see you could make it. Anybody have any questions or want to come over and chat or have anything to say, or do you just want to all hide out incognito there? What does yes guys mean, Bob? Does it mean you want to come over? Here, I'll click on you. If you don't want to come over, you can ignore me. Anybody else? Want to come over, have anything to say? You're all welcome to show up over here. I think Bob's on his way over. Not sure what's on his mind. I clicked on him. He disappeared, which generally means he's transiting through the wormhole of the internet. So I'm just waiting to see if he pops out, or if he either pops out or he's gone completely.
Yeah. He does have a tendency to do that sometimes.
I don't see him. I don't know where he went. All right, I'll give him about another 30 seconds. Anybody who's on here who's getting bored, seeing if we can find Bobbity Bob, I certainly wouldn't blame you for dropping off. Nope, I don't see him. I think I lost him. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and kill the broadcast. I don't see any more questions, no more comments. And we'll talk to you on Tuesday. So thanks, everybody, for coming. Have a great weekend. Thanks, Larry. You're muted.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, everybody, here we go. I'm going to stop the broadcast. Going once, going twice.